Facebook and YouTube and right here on TikTok. So come on in. Happy Tuesday, beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. First Tuesday of the new year, y'all. It is the first Tuesday of the new year. I'm super excited to be back with you live. I am your girl, Coach Tashawn, your relationship and marriage communication coach. Y'all, I am so super hyped to be back with you all with the brand new Talk It Out Tuesday, where it is always been intentional, but it's even more intentional this season for 2026. So again, I am your girl, Coach Tashawn, your relationship and marriage communication coach. Listen, TLC coaching is being sponsored by Swag Her Magazine. Y'all make sure y'all check out Swag Her Magazine. It is the ultimate multimedia company for small businesses, large business, whomever. If you need exposure, get connected with Swag Her Magazine. I'm just super excited that they are a partner, a returning partner at that. So I am super proud. So y'all make sure y'all go by their page, send them a shout out, tell them, hey, TLC coaching sent you this way, that way. All right. So listen, thank you again. Welcome to the TLC community. Y'all, if you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. If you're on TikTok or YouTube, I will have to go back and answer them. But make sure you share this out. With another couple or whomever, share it out. Let's do that this 2026. We're gonna do that, right? We're gonna do it. So I am again Coach Tashawn. I am excited to be here. Where we talk about marriage and keeping it 100. One thing about me as a coach, I've learned to keep it 100. I love keeping it 100 because again, I want you to understand marriage is not dead. Marriage is not over, you guys. It's not over. I don't care what the internet says. I don't care what your unhealed family members say. I don't care what your unhealed friends have to say that they unhealed if they tell you anything differently, right? I don't care. Marriage is not over. Marriage is not dead. Now, I do always make this disclaimer as a coach. Make this as a coach. If you are in an abusive relationship, what is my motto? Get out. Make that exit plan. You cannot change your spouse. I don't care if it's the husband or the wife. You cannot change that spouse. You cannot love that abuse away. You can pray for them and send them the resources, but you personally cannot change your spouse. All right. And so if you are in any type of abusive relationship, make an exit plan ASAP. Okay? ASAP. So listen, we're back for another season of Talk It Out Tuesday. I have my water. I'm back on my water intake. I'm sipping on my water, y'all. Got to sip on my water. So I'm super excited about that. Listen, we are this year we're living the vows. VOWS, vows, which means we're not just quoting vows from our wedding day, right? We're actually going to live them out. We're going to go through them this year. God downloaded the theme vows. I told you I've been in it when I was in this pause and pivot season. I came back. God is like He just had given me all of this stuff to do and to think about and to go further and deeper into Talk It Out Tuesday, into Fireside Chat, into the activities of TLC coaching, right? And He was like, go back, talk about vows, because see what happened. What had happened was we got married about 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 some years ago, right? We got married and we forgot about what we said at the altar. Yeah, yeah, we did. We did. And it's okay. This is not to condemn anybody. We did. We forgot because, again, we've been in happiness and bliss. Things were good, for the most part of your marriage journey. And then things happen and those vows tested, right? And then now you're trying to figure out, like, wait a minute, I don't remember this being, wait a minute, now how's this? So we start questioning our marriage, right? Because when we hit that bump in the road with communication, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? People would tell you, oh, well, that if he ain't communicating with you, girl, then find somebody else, or do this, or do that. Or the homeboys would be like, man, if she ain't communicating with you, somebody will. So we forget to go back to those vows. So God was like, you know what? Talk about the vows. Make it a vow theme. And so that's what it is this year, 2026. We are living the vows, right? And every Tuesday, we're practicing 4 simple moves. We're going to value it, we're going to own it, we're going to walk it out, and we're going to stay connected. We are. So I want you to exhale and unclench your shoulders. Go ahead and relax. You should have your notebook. You should have a journal, a notebook where you can take the notes. I told y'all all 2025. I told you now to get you a notebook. And you still could go out there and get you one. Go to the dollar store. You don't have to you don't have to spend all that money. But get you something where you can take down notes, because again, this is the investment. This is where you start investing in your marriage, right? So you may not be able to, like, oh, I can't go to therapy, or I can't go to coaching right now. Well, this is part of it. This is a start for 2026. Now, let me also say this. Your marriage is not over. You had a little bump in the road with communication. It's okay. Couples go through it all the time. The key words, go through it, right? Couples have that communication break, and it's okay. God has placed me among couples, right, that have given me examples of what it looks like. And so that's why I'm able to come to you as a marriage communication coach and let you know your marriage is not over. We're just going to go back. We're going to go back through those vows. We're going to take a look at them, a deeper dive in the vows. Okay? So y'all ready? Are you with me? If you are with me, make sure you give me some hearts, some love, some thumbs up. I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and right here on Facebook. Share it out. Give me some hearts. Listen. If you're on TikTok, I'm unable to read the content right now. I mean your comments, but please, 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 please understand, I'm not ignoring you. Okay, I just can't read, and I got to put on the glasses because yep, it's real, y'all. I'm officially wearing back my reading glasses. Okay, so y'all be patient with the girl. All right, be patient with me. So, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. This month, we are diving into the to have and to hold, and we're talking about holding on when life gets heavy. Tonight's focus is simple but powerful. We're holding space, not grudges, y'all. Holding space, not grudges. So, because sometimes, life, as we always would say, life be lifing, right? And sometimes what your spouse need is the most. It's not just a solution. They don't need a solution, right? So it's the support that your spouse needs in this time. And so that communication begins to break down, because what we try to do. And listen, let me tell you one thing. I'm not just telling you anything. I'm telling you what I know because I experienced it and I had to go through it and understand it. So I was that person that liked to fix things because that's what I've always been. I'm the oldest, so I've always had to jump on my feet and say, okay, let me find a solution. So I would treat my relationships, and not just my marriage relationship, but my friendships, right? I would be that person to try to come up with solutions to people's problems. Because one thing about me, I don't like to see people go through pains, right? But I also know now, I'm mature enough, I also understand that that's part of life journey. Because if you don't go through anything, you won't learn. So, but in your marriage, your spouse doesn't always need a solution. They just need your support, right? And sometimes what's breaking the connection isn't the problem, it's the way that we carry it. It's the way that we carry it. So to have and to hold, when you think back on that vow, to have and to hold, you're like, okay, it just sounds simple, right? To have and to hold, we up there. Do you take such and such to be your lawful wedded wife? To have and to hold. Do we really think about that? Do we really dissect to have and to hold? We don't. Let's be honest, we don't. We don't think about those vows. We just it's routine because it's just like, okay, this is what I was supposed to say. Even when you wrote if you wrote your own vows. Me and my husband, we wrote our own vows and we still had these vows in inserted as well. But when you think about it, do you really understand what it means to have and to hold? We don't, right? Well, this is the thing. As you grow in your marriage and you grow in the communication, things happen, right? And sometimes that communication breaks. It's not intentional. Life has happened. Listen, we are people, believe it or not, it's been what's going on 6 years since the pandemic, right? People are still recovering from the pandemic. Marriages are still recovering from the pandemic because not only did we face a worldwide pandemic, but you think about the job losses, you think about physical losses of family members and friends, right? So you think about all of these changes that have happened. And then you fast forward, we got right back into life. Nobody gave us the permission to breathe. Nobody gave us a permission to talk about it. Nobody gave us permission to say, listen, it's okay, right? So we jump back into the world. Uh, Lingering problems from in your marriage were still there, so there was no resolution. Nobody talked about it. You just went right back to it. Then you fast forward, you got other issues that are going on. Now people are becoming caregivers. Their family members are becoming caregivers. Your parents are aging. So now here's another major change. And then on top of that, you have job and career changes. Either you're switching careers, or you're switching a new job because you've been laid off or whatnot, right? Downsize, companies have downsized. Like, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Then you have people who are becoming empty nesters. Empty nesters, and you don't think about that. You don't think about the empty nester part, right? Because your life has been surrounded by children for the 18, 20 some years, right? So now it's just the two of you. And so now you're looking at each other like, okay, what we gonna do now, Cletus? What we gonna do? Because our conversations have been about the children. And now it's about the grandchildren. But what about us? What about us, right? And so that having to hold, many times we will hold resentment because things have happened and we have not been able to talk about it, right? And so we hold on resentment and we hold grudges. And then that starts to seep in our relationship, starts to creep on up in the communication. Before you know, we become silent with each other. We become like, it's not that you don't love your spouse anymore. You love your boo, but now you're not understanding how to connect because of these changes. And we have not been given permission to accept the changes and how to navigate the changes. Because be honest, who do you sit and talk with about changes of life? Who? Some of us don't have our parents to talk about the changes, right? Some people don't have that friend circle or that marriage circle, which I encourage. If you're a marriage, get you a marriage village. Get you a marriage village that you can trust. That's going to give you reputable, wise counsel on your marriage. So these things have that now they need a space to be. You got to talk. You got to talk to each other, right? But that's not happening. You're holding on. You're holding the grudges. You're holding the resentment. You're mad. She's mad, and you're really not mad at each other, but you're mad, and you don't know how to express that. So that's what happens. You hold that space with grudges and resentment, and then you start fading away. It happens. But again, your marriage is not over. I'm telling you, it's not over. All right. So sometimes what's breaking that connection isn't the problem, it's the way we carry it. So that's why we have to start talking to each other about it, right? Just talking to each other, just being honest with each other in our relationship. All right. So listen. Uh-oh. Number two. No, that was the first second step. So here we go. So value it. What we're going to do, we're going to value it. Tonight, we're protecting emotional safety. Holding your spouse means they feel safe being human with you. Own it. Ask yourself, am I showing up with compassion or control? Am I listening to understand or listening to correct? And walk it out. Meaning, I'm going to give you 3 steps you can practice this week. Nothing fancy, because y'all already know I don't do the stress. I don't do the stress. I keep trying to tell y'all that I don't do the stress. Mm-mm. I don't like stress. So why would I stress you out as your coach? I'm not going to stress you out, right? That's why I say you can make these practices are very simple. They're so easy when you can do them right there. You're not going to wait till you get mad. You're not gonna wait till you just fed up. You're gonna practice them because it has to be practiced daily, right? So what we're gonna do, I will give you some steps that you can practice. You just would need to stay faithful. You just need to make sure you have that grace and that mercy in your relationship, right? And you're gonna stay connected. We're gonna end with one reconnect practice so that you don't just log off, right? And just be like, well, what she say? What she talk about? Well, how is this going to connect to me and my boo? How is this going to help us, right? So when we go back, when we look at that reconnection practice, it's so that you can understand and you're going to practice it. Again, you're not going to get it all tonight, but you will be able to practice it. And that's why I say get your notebook so you can write this down. All right. So listen, here you go. All right, here you go. I'm reading from my notes, y'all. Y'all know I love me writing. I love writing me some notes on here, right? So listen. Again, you're valuing. Oh, let me make sure. So let's go back to the valuing it. Value it. I want you to make sure you write this down. The holding is that emotional safety. That emotional safety, right? Your spouse needs to understand that they're not a number, they're nobody, they're not the people at work, they're not they're the family member or whatnot. They are your spouse. They are human to you, right? That's your boo. So that safe space needs to be in your home. They need to be able to be safe with you. This is why I want to say this is the number one reason, but this is a reason why people go out there and get these work spouses because they're able to talk to them and to share intimate details, which is a no-no. TLC coaching does not promote work husbands and work wives. I've told y'all that before. And if you have one for 2026, go ahead and sever that relationship. Not divorce, because that means you can reconnect at some time. No, you're gonna sever it. It's done. You don't have work spouses. The same way you would talk to that person, and before anybody say, oh, it's easy to talk to them, this, that, and another, well, make it easy at home. Make it easy at home. Because obviously it's not your spouse. It could be you. Yeah, well, it could be you. I told you I'm not sugarcoating anything this season. It could be you. That you may not be enjoyable or understand how to connect, but that's okay. You will. You will. But you got to put forth that effort. You got to. You got to invest in your marriage. You got to. So holding means your spouse, they must feel safe with you to have and to hold. Hold your spouse, not just literally, but physically, but mentally. Hold your spouse. Hold your spouse in your heart. Hold your spouse in your heart. Let your spouse know, let your boo know, like, listen, I may have all the solutions and answers to everything. I may not understand what's going on. Like, talk to your boo. Be as honest and transparent as possible. That's your boo. You're sleeping next to this person every night, every day. You're handling business. You're handling your household. Talk to your spouse, right? Let them know. But I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Not just for you, but I'm here with you. That's that holding space. That's that holding. You are holding that oh, my thing was slipping, y'all. You're holding that space, that safe space for your spouse. Okay? So make sure you do that. You're valuing it. You're holding that space. Owning it. Ask yourself, am I showing up with compassion or control? These are the questions that I was going through, but I'm breaking it down for you. Ask yourself, am I showing up with compassion as a spouse or control? Do I just want to control the situation because I really don't have time to go through all of this? I really don't have time to talk. I really don't have time to see what's wrong with my wife, or vice versa. I don't have time to see what he should be. He should be good. He should be know how to handle this. He a man. No, boo. No, 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 no. No, no. Own it. Ask yourself, am I showing up with compassion or control? Am I listening to understand or listening to correct? And again, this is something that I've had to work on myself, because again, going back, I would I would correct, right? I would correct because I'm like, okay, that's a solution. I got to correct, da da da. So I would have to do that, right? So even though I would have the compassion, but my main goal was to control it, and not control it in a bad sense, but control it because I'm like, again, I want to resolve it. I need a solution for what's going on. Your spouse doesn't need that. They really need you to be compassionate in this space. That's part of that holding on. You got to be compassionate. Okay. And then when you say walk it out, here are 3 steps that we're going to for this week that you're going to practice with this week. And you're going to continue to practice with. Again, it's nothing fancy. You just got to stay faithful. You got to have some patience. You got to have some grace, right? And again, you're in the same house. You're in the same house. So why not? Okay. So listen, here goes step number 1. And if you're on Facebook, you should be able to see and write it down. If you're on TikTok, I'm going to read it as slow as possible for you so that you can get these notes. All right. So uh step number 1. Uh-oh. Yeah, here's your 3 practical steps. Because I told you I'm not gonna hold you long. It's not gonna be a long drawn out thing. Listen, it's easy. Ask first before you fix. Tonight, I want you to try this question, right? You can ask your spouse, do you want comfort or solutions? Do you want comfort or solutions? And this is actually allowing your spouse to own this space with you. So you're not coming to them with a solution. You're not coming to them already knowing what they want or need. You're literally asking them, what is it that you need from me? Do you need solutions? Do you need a solution from me, or do you need that comfort? And the receiving spouse, the asking spouse, you need to be honest. You need to be honest. Or do you just I just need you to hold me. I just need a hug. It's been some things that's going on with me. I just need a hug. But again, you're allowing this to happen in your marriage. So you're not coming to your spouse, listen, we're gonna do this, X, Y, and Z, boom, 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 boom. And your boo looking like, okay, yeah, I don't care, because I that's not helping me right now. I'm going through some things. I'm going through some things, right? So, hey sis, how you doing? How you doing? I am sorry I didn't see you out, but how you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. So step number 1, you're going to again ask before you fit your spouse. You're not trying to fit your spouse, but ask your spouse, what is it that they need? Do they need comfort or do they need solutions? Or do they need both? Or what do they need? Basically, what I'm saying is, what is it that you need? Ask your spouse, what is it that you need from me? All right. Because sometimes that unsolicited advice, it can end, it has ended more conversations than the devil himself. Mm-hmm. Because when you go in and you just thinking, and you just know what your spouse needs and want without asking them, nah. All right. Number two, step number two, use a holding sentence. All right. And what does that mean? You can pick one of these or you can create your own. One of them, I'm here. You don't have to carry this alone. Now, again, this is you and your boo. You put this in a language that you and your boo can understand. This is just general conversation, general language. Okay. So I don't want you to be at home trying to mimic what I said. Be like, Coach T said to ask you, tell you I'm here. You don't have to carry this alone. No, don't do that. Don't be robotic. Okay. What I'm giving you is just an example. I want you to, you own it. You tailor it. You know your boo. This is the conversation that you're having. You're having this conversation with you and your boo, your spouse. So you tailor it, all right? And it's okay. So you make it your own. But one of the ways, one of the sentences, the space, I'm here for you. You don't have to carry it alone. You just letting your spouse know that I'm here. I got you. I got you, boo. What is that you need? What is that you want? I got you. Simple. All right. Number two, the other one, that sounds heavy. Talk to me. Now again, your spouse know, babe, that sound pretty deep. Go ahead and talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. Share what's on your mind. Let me know. I'm all yours. I'm listening. And when you're listening, spouses, when you're the listening spouse, make sure that you're not distracted with the phone, with TV. Make sure you are giving your undivided attention because, again, going back to that holding space, which is the safe space, your spouse needs to know that they have all of you, not half of you, not sharing you with text messages, not sharing you with the internet, not sharing you with other family members, not sharing you in this moment. I need from me and you, right? So that's what you're going to make sure that you do. So you let your spouse be like, hey, that sounds a little deep. That's really, oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. I got you. I got you. So again, you're making this into your own language. All right. Another holding sentence. I don't have all the answers, but I've got you. Basically, it's again saying the same thing. I don't I don't have all of the answers. I don't know. I really don't. And let me tell you something. It's okay to be in your marriage and not know something. Don't feel like if you're the husband that you got to know everything. If you're the wife, you got to do everything. You got to know you got to come up and you got to do all of these things. No. Sometimes the best conversations when the both of you can come to with each other and be like, you know what, babe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But I know that we together and we're gonna do this thing. Like, I don't know I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, right? But that's that conversation. So again, that holding space, let your spouse know, listen, I don't have all the answers, but I've got you. I got you. That's all your spouse wants to hear is like, I got you. I'm gonna do my best. I don't know what to do. I'm learning like you, or I'm gonna find out, but I got you. I got us. Okay. And so again, those are just some holding sentences that you can have that you can use and you create your own. All right. So the next step three, what I want you to do, make sure you write this down. You're going to create a small hold routine for the next 7 days. And what does that mean? So for 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, y'all. Do a check-in. If you have not incorporated a check-in, start with 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes to do a check-in. No phones, no distractions, no family members, no TV, none of that. Just do a check-in. And what does that check-in look like? You can ask simple questions like what's been heavy for you? What's going on with you today? Or are you okay? Are you good? What's happening? Anything I need to know about you? Like, seriously. Yes, you've been married 15, 10, 12, 30 years. You've been married 1 year. You've been married 6 months. Still do a check-in. Things in life are changing daily. You are changing. You change. And the climate that we're living in, we are faced with things that are just beyond our control. And believe it or not, it does affect your marriage. You have the government, right? We just finished with the government shutdown that affected a lot of households. Then you had the wars or whatever is going on out there, right? That's affected. Then you have business. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, couple, you got like all of this stuff is happening. And so many times we just have to unplug. And I'm asking you 10 minutes, unplug from the world, check in with yourself, unplug from the children, unplug from your parents, unplug from your family members, unplug from your business, unplug from your friends, unplug and check in with each other. 10 minutes for the next 7 days, but you have to be intentional about it. Put it on your phone, put it on your calendar, set an alarm. I know people are like, oh, that sounds so. No, it doesn't. It's nothing crass about it because again, it's setting that tone. It's setting the habit. Put it on your phone. Oh, let me check in with my boo. It's 5:50. Let me check in with my boo. And then you know you still have your flexibility. So don't make it rigid, y'all. Don't make this rigid. Y'all understand? Don't make this rigid. It ain't nothing rigid about that. But do a check-in before you lay your head down every night. Do a check-in with your spouse. And if they're at work and they get off late and you're asleep, do a check-in by text. Hey babe, I'm just checking on you. You good? You need anything? Check in 10 minutes. Make it intentional. 10 minutes. All right. So, and step number 5, you're going to again this is your reconnect activity. The 2-minute hold before you go to bed. Before you go to bed. Let me make sure I got that. The 2-minute hold. This is your reconnect activity. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling up to my notes. Before you go to bed, I want you to answer these few questions. One thing I'm carrying right now is, and this is why I say get a notebook, get a marriage journal, right? Which is, I got something for y'all soon. But get your notebook, and I want you to write these questions down. One thing I'm carrying right now is, and I want you to be honest. Your spouse could be carrying the weight of not only their job, but maybe a family member, maybe being a caregiver, becoming a caregiver. You never know. One thing I'm carrying right now is, the both of you answer this. One way you can support me is, you're writing that to your spouse. One way you can support me is, let your spouse know how can they support you. All right. And then the third one thing I appreciate about you today is, because for today, you're doing these each night for the next 7 days. I'm just telling you, you got to do it. You got to do it. The next 7 days. This is what I need you to do. You're writing those things down. It's a 2-minute. It's not. And if you want to go beyond 2 minutes and writing, That's even better, right? But it's 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. It's not even gonna take you that long. You're just gonna answer that. And you don't even have to write it. You can speak it to each other. You can literally speak this if y'all are available to talk, because I know some spouses work at night or however. You make it, you set up your schedule. So if it's nighttime and your spouse is unavailable, you can write this out or you can talk, but it's not going to take you long, and you answer each other. Okay. And listen, if you and your boo want to go deeper with this month's vow theme, join me for January's TLC Fireside Chat to have and to hold. Now, this is we all last 2025. We had such a great time, a phenomenal time with couples and so forth. And it is that safe space. Couples have already registered. It is a safe space. I only have space for 7 couples. When you register, only one spouse needs to register for you, right? It is free, you guys. It's free, 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 free. Compliment is free. It is a safe space. It is Saturday, January 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's virtual. So when you register, you will get the Zoom link, and you don't have to worry about it being recorded or any of that, because I am big on safe spaces. So we had such a great time last year. We had couples that were married 25 plus years. We had couples that were newly married. We had couples that were engaged. If you're engaged, that's fine too, right? And we just talk, we chat, we learn from each other, because there were some things that the veteran couples taught the new couples, right? Some gave us some wise counsel, and that's what this space is all about. But we're going to be talking about the to have and to hold, because this is a theme for the month, to have and to hold. That is the topic for this month, January. So go ahead and sign up, register. It is iamtrinetteLcollier.com /events. Okay. www.iamtrinetteLcollier.com/events. All right. And so again, let me make sure I put this where you can on Facebook. You should see it. So again, we value it, we own it, walk it out, and stay connected. A vow isn't proven by what you said at the altar, it's proven by how you hold each other on a heavy day. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Shamika, how you doing? How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you literally, it's okay, you guys. It's okay. When I tell you your marriage is okay, it's okay. Don't let the internet tell you, girl, I wouldn't. He ain't talking to me today. Then so be it. I'll find somebody else. That's what the devil wants you to do anyway. He wants you to part from your spouse. He wants you to part from your home. And you can't do that. You cannot do that, right? You cannot do that. And again, that's why it's important for us to understand it's okay. We will hit a bump. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but let me tell y'all this. Again, God has placed so many couples in my path over the years. And I'm talking about 20, 30, 50 couples that have been through storms, and I've watched them being restored, their marriages being restored, right? They hung in there. Like I said, like I always talk about my parents, they would have been married 52 years, 53 years, 52 years, actually, yeah, 52 years if they were still alive. And I watched them go through storms, but they stuck it out to death do them part. Literally. I have uncles and aunts now that are celebrating 50 years plus of marriage, and they've gone through, their vows have been tested. Sickness, finances, all of that. Now, again, this does not equate to abuse. I know a lot of times we always say that that's the first thing. Or if they cheated, this, that, another, leave them. Listen, your marriage can be restored. Shamika says, stop letting outside people in your marriage. That is a yes. Honestly, even you're down to your family. Like you can respect your family, and I'm big on this. You can respect your family; they have to respect you. But one thing I've learned, this is my second time being married, right? Your marriage is between you and your spouse. I'm gonna sip on that water, on my water for that. Hmm. Now, if you have good, wise marriage counsel, you can always go to them, and they're going to give you wise counsel. But if your family member, the first thing that come out their mouth, child, leave them, leave her, be done. You can get you a new one. I've heard people say that to their people. You can go get you a new one. You can go get you another one. Really? But we have to be careful of allowing outside people into our marriages, and that includes family. Me and my husband are blessed to have wise counsel, right? And it's going to look different for everyone, but we have a good marriage community, and this is part of the fireside chat, is bridging that communication gap and bringing in and connecting people, because a lot of times we don't have those marriage villages, right? We don't have an outlet, or other married couples, and it's good to fellowship and hang out with other married couples, right? And it's also good to talk things out and get advice, and that's part of that fireside chat. That's why I'm so excited about it, because it is that safe space. It is that safe space, literally, where we can be ourselves and we can share without having the fear of being judged. It's like ain't nobody here judging nobody. None. So make sure you sign up. I'm not gonna use this. My phone keeps sliding. I'm gonna use another holder. But make sure you go ahead and register. It is free. Space is limited because I don't want 10, 15, 20, 35,000 folks up in there. Believe it or not, I like intimacy, right? Because I can connect, and I want people to connect wholeheartedly. I'm not in there for numbers. I'm not in there for numbers. I want you to be able to connect. So I intentionally set it up for no more than 7 couples. So you better go ahead and register. I am TrinetteLCollier.com/events. You don't even have to scroll all over the place. It is literally right there. Boom. When you open up on the web page, it's right there. Fireside chat. So go ahead, and if you and make sure you sign up for the email so you can stay connected to what's going on. I got something else good coming. But I tell you, I'm super excited for y'all's marriages. I'm super excited. Like when I tell you, your marriage is, y'all gonna communicate again. You are. Now, coaching, remember, is I can't promise you nothing because it takes work. And you showing up today, that's step one. You did it. You did it, right? That's investing in your marriage. That's investing in your marriage. You showed up, right? So it works both ways. Coaching, it's a partnership. We're partners, right? So I can't promise and be like, I don't want y'all to be like, well, Coach T said that our marriage gonna be good, because it's gonna be good because y'all doing the work. You have to do the work. It ain't nothing magical, nothing. It ain't nothing easy about doing the work. It's gonna be a little challenging. I would tell you right now, it's gonna be a little challenging because it's something new. It's some conversations that you're gonna have that you're not ready to have. But what I can tell you, once you start practicing it, once you start living it and doing it, yes. Shamika said, and Shamika, can you put down? Are you opening the wives group, or is it closed? And I know you have, it's y'all, that she's a phenomenal. Her and her husband are phenomenal marriage counselors. They have a awesome program. Make sure that y'all connect with her. She said, I love the fireside chat. And again, this is what I like to partner with other couples who are doing the same thing. She's also a minister, like both her husband, her and her husband. So they're part of my marriage village. And they've been married over 20 plus years. So this is who, I like, hey, they have some resources. So again, your marriage is going to be good. It's going to take, she said, yes, it is open, Wives of Intercession. So if you are a wife and you're on Facebook, there is a group, a private group for wives, Kingdom Building Wives, and it is so good. We have a book club. We get to chat. It is so good. And I encourage wives to connect. And when I say connect, that means you're not in the group lurking, because that's our fireside chat. You're not coming in there lurking. You're going to be participating. You're gonna be participating. So if you're not ready to participate, then no, it's not for you. But I guarantee you that it is a safe space. So you don't have to worry about being, you know, frowned upon or judged, or, be like, oh man, we got some issues going on. They made no 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 no. That is the purpose. That is the reason why God gave it to me. Fireside chat, right? So I am so blessed. I'm just, like I said, I'm so excited about this year's theme, vows. We are taking it back to that altar. We are going back and looking at what we said at that altar. Because I guarantee we most of us have forgot what we said, right? We just know it became routine, to have and to hold, to death do us part, for richer or poor, sickness and health, right? And until you actually experience the vows, your vows have been tested. You're like, oh Lord, ooh, they ain't tell me about this. Mm-hmm. That's what most people are like. Oh, they ain't tell me about this part of marriage. Well, most people did try to tell you, right? Most people did try to tell you about the marriage, but we were wrapped up in the marriage, the wedding part, right? We were wrapped up in the wedding. We were excited about the wedding, which you should be, but we were excited about the aesthetics of the wedding, and we kind of just let the vows slip on through, in one ear out the other. I know that's what I did in my first marriage. I did. I was so happy to be married. I was excited. I forget those vows. I already knew how to be a wife, right? For my first, I was like, I know how to be a wife. I know. But the first time the finances hit and the sickness, I was like, oh, wait a minute. What I'm supposed to do? I saw my mama doing this, but I'm not my mama. Hmm. So you live, you learn. And that's why I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. So this time around, it's like, no, we're gonna talk about these vows, because we have forgotten about them. We have. And it's okay, you guys. Don't go and start beating yourself up. No, it's okay. Because again, life has just, it has happened. And we don't factor any of that in. We don't factor any of that in, right? Because we have our life planned out. We have our life planned out. We have our marriage planned out with the kids, all of this stuff, right? And then boom, we were hit with a major pandemic. Now, who would have thought that we were going to be and as cool as it sounded, like, oh, I get to be at home with my spouse 24/7 at home. But again, that's when you had a high divorce rate during that time, because you ain't, when was the last time you literally was sheltered in place for months? If you're in a one bedroom apartment, if you don't have another space to go to, it was a lot for a lot of couples. And there were couples who were married 10 years and so forth, and they got divorced. Because guess what? They never talked about anything they had been going through. This was like, okay, we've had conversations. Now, I have one couple friend, they wrote a book, the Montgomerys. They talked about how the pandemic saved their marriage, and it's a very awesome book. And hopefully I will have them as guest speakers in the fireside chat or come on here. But they talked about how the pandemic saved their marriage, because it was the opposite for them, so God had to put them together, right? So again, we go through so many changes in our lives and in our marriages, and we forget that, listen, we're human too. My spouse is human too. They're going through a lot as well. And I need to be there for them. I need to support. They need to be with them. We need to be together. We need to support each other. Okay. So listen, I hope, I pray that these steps were good for you. I pray that not only that you receive the message, but oh, my husband brought in dinner. He brought in one of my favorites. Thank you, husband. See, he's supporting me while I'm on live with y'all. He's supporting me, right? Because he know it's dinner time. That's why I'm about to let y'all go. So I but listen, I am super excited. And again, I am your coach, Coach Tashawn, your relationship and marriage communication coach. I don't want you to think that this is you're alone, right? I know things have happened, and sometimes things look like, man, I don't know if I can do this thing anymore. Da da da. You can. You can. When you start surrounding yourself with other couples and you hear their testimonies of restoration, listen, I watched it in my parents' lives. I watched it in other couples' marriages. I've witnessed it in my marriage, right? So, listen, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Invest in your marriage. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. That's your boo. That's your boo. Mm-hmm. That's your boo. So I pray, I really do, that you receive this and that you have the notes. And if you're unable, if you're on TikTok, go to the YouTube page. You can get the notes. I am Trinette L. Collier. Go to the website, sign up for Fireside Chat. Go ahead and sign up for the email so you can stay connected with the blog. I have so many things, good things that's happening for us in this season. I'm just excited. Y'all just don't understand. I'm just super excited. I really am. I really am. So I'm happy. I'm excited for your marriage. When I tell y'all I'm excited, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Can y'all tell I'm excited? Shamika, listen, you don't get listen. When I tell you you're a lifesaver, uh, but when I can y'all tell that I'm excited? I'm excited. I am really excited simply because this is from God and it's not of my own doing. And this is something I prayed about for my when as my pause and pivot season took place. If you've been following me, you understood I had to take a step back, and so now I understand God had to download some new things to me, right? And so I'm just excited. I'm walking into this full time and big time. Like I'm for you. All right. Don't ever forget, you're not doing this alone. Okay. You're not doing this alone. So listen, dinner is calling. Hubby already gave me the signal. So I'm about to be out. Okay. Until next Tuesday, we'll be back with the continuing having to hold for this month, January, to having to hold. So get those notebooks. You still got some time. Go get your notebook so you can write down these notes. All right. Until next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I love you all. Peace.